If you don't relate with yourself and you don't learn to love yourself, it will affect your confidence level. Begin doing something that you love, you will find fulfillment in life. Thank you. Still stand. I will still read the word of the Lord. We are still looking at loyalty, our year of loyalty. Indeed, we can testify the presence of God in this place. But the Bible says the spirits are subject to the prophets. Otherwise, we can travel this path for a very long time. But we need to subject ourselves. We need to let the Spirit be subject to us. Tonight, come at 6 p.m. as we end this. Let's have a communion. Let's have a moment with God. But there is a strong word that I said to you, and I strongly believe that you will not be a ridicule. You will not be the subject of ridicule. You will not be the subject of disgrace. And therefore, tonight, just come. Year of our loyalty, we are looking at 1 Samuel again. I'm dealing with part 3. Part 3 and chapter 18. So I'm reading the same scripture and then I will zoom in into the details. 1 Samuel 18, 1-5. As soon as he had finished speaking to Saul, that is David, the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David. And Jonathan loved him as his own soul. And Saul took him that day and would not let him return to his father's house. Then Jonathan made a covenant with David because he loved him as his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was on him and gave it to David, and his armor, and even his sword, and his bow, and his belt. And David went out and was successful wherever Saul sent him. So that Saul set him over the men of war. And this was good in the sight of all the people, in the sight of Saul, and in the sight of Saul's servants. May the Lord add his blessing to the reading of his word. Can I hear an amen? Amen. Please be seated. Indeed, like our resident pastor said, I haven't done this in my life before for 3 weeks. Every day preaching 3 weeks. You could, I think I've done those revivals 1 week. This time I don't do revival. I don't do revival for 1 week as a speaker alone. My principle is that if a church is inviting me to speak for a revival, I do only 2 days. I adopted this principle 10 years ago. But when I was young in ministry and I started ministry 25, 27 years, I would do, Monday to Friday and end it on a Sunday. All right? But now I do only 2 days maximum or revival. I as a speaker, I don't speak for more than 2-3 days. During that time, yes, I could do 1 week, then I go another 1 week, but at this age to do 3 weeks, speaking for 3 weeks, it is nothing but God's mercy and grace. And for every visit in every local church, it was still a revival over there. So what you are seeing today is just a replica of what was going on there. But it only takes the prayers, and thank you for your prayers, and thank you for all your support. I'm doing a part 3 of this series of loyalty, a loyal relationship. Last 2 weeks, we said a loyal relationship will support your vision and your dream to become what God wants you to become. But in this discussion this morning, I'm giving you number 2. A loyal relationship doesn't judge you. Doesn't just jump into a state of judgment. In the early 1960s, where there was a major difference between the blacks and the whites,
1960
especially in Alabama. Alabama at that time was noted, it was a black dominated, and there was a major hatred between the whites and the blacks. One night it was heavily raining around 11:30 p.m. and a woman was standing soaked in the weather and in the rain and was literally stopping any car she could find. She stopped the car and asked him, he jumped into the car because the woman's car had broken down. She was heavily soaked in the rain and gave her a ride to wherever she was going. She got to a place and then got her a taxi so that she could continue the journey. He said, the woman hurriedly got the guy's address and then said, thank you very much. 1 week later, this white guy had a knock on his door. When he opened, there was a huge television in the 60s. So very huge television coming from this woman saying, thank you for what you have done for me in the midst of that rain. He said, you're helping me in the rain. Even though I was soaked heavily, my spirit was also soaked. But your support for me allowed me to see my dying husband before she died finally. She said, I got a call and I had to see her before he passed away. But because you did that for me, I was able to see him. And finally had a final goodbye with him before he passed away. And the husband was a well-known, Nat King Cole. He was a well-known musician in the United States. And the woman said, I am the wife of this famous musician. I want to say thank you for your service. Loyal relationship will not judge people. The man didn't judge her because she was a black, but just did a service for her.
But because
we see people and we easily judge them. We see people without even hearing them, we have concluded who they are. I pray that this year you will be a new Christian.
Amen.
No, I'm not hearing your amen at all. I know you are a Christian, but I'm saying I pray that this year you will be a different Christian.
Amen. We
judge people by their tribe. We judge people by their belief. We judge people by their dressing. We judge people anything at all. So, as for these people, you know where they are coming from already. As for this tribe, you know them already. As for this group of people, you know them. We judge people by any means at all.
I
I pray that we will be different breed of believers now. The third thing, a loyal relationship is someone whose company you enjoy.
You will
enjoy the person's presence. Number 4, a loyal relationship doesn't put you down or deliberately hurt your feelings.
Let me say
that a loyal relationship doesn't put you down or deliberately hurt your feelings.
In the
days, in the part of the U.S. where Sunday ice cream was very special, that people would literally go to the coffee shop and buy a special ice cream called Sunday ice cream.
US ice cream ice cream.
There was this boy who went Sunday night to buy this Sunday night ice cream. 10-year-old boy. When he got there, the waitress gave him a seat and then he sat down. And then gave him a glass of water, and then the boy asked, "How much is a Sunday ice cream?" At that time, several years ago, 20 years back, they said it was 50 cents. Let's take it like 50 pesos.
50 cents, 50 pesos.
The boy just looked at his coins, and then he said, he realized that he didn't have enough. So he said, okay, how much will an ordinary ice cream cost? They said 35 pesos or 35 cents.
Or 50 pesos, no, and say, what the ice cream and say 35 pesos.
The lady got upset, couldn't just wait, and was just, showed an attitude to this 10-year boy that, look, there are a lot of people queuing and I had to serve them. Don't waste my time for this 35 pesos thing. So finally, the boy said, okay, give me an ordinary ice cream for 35 pesos. Brought the ice cream, just dumping on the table for the boy. The boy finished eating, went to pay, and left. When the waitress pastor came to clean the table, she was crying. She noticed that the boy had left 15 pesos for her. Because the boy said if she had bought the special ice cream at 50 pesos, she wouldn't get any tip to give it to the waitress as a thank you.
And when say about Franny can say, ice cream weigh 50 pesos is a metoa, minya and sister biara and fan channel and casameda.
So because she wanted to say thank you to the woman,
it's also a person done.
She sacrificed the Sunday ice cream
and
got the ordinary ice cream and to leave 15 pesos for the waitress.
And 15 pesos the chair.
Meanwhile, the waitress put an attitude and disdained the boy and insulted the boy.
Now, waitress
but the boy has been taught by her home, by the parents, that listen, when people serve you, show appreciation, show gratitude.
Abofrano a son said, now what for attitude will fear catcher and say, so be boawa dana sintino.
And so left 15 pesos. When the woman now came and saw this, that this boy 10 years left 15 pesos for me, she was ashamed and started crying.
And when Samra or Badi will say, Abofra, I went in fear do, I went Jessica, where were Ponso Amamino of Fiasia Suye.
Hear me. Loyal relationship will not look down on people. Will not hurt the feelings of people. How do you treat people? Ask somebody that question. How do you treat people? Number 5. A loyal relationship is there to listen.
Nukuredie nyɔnkofa no ɔwɔ hɔ sɛ de bia ɔbɛnwɛn n'aso
They will
atie.
listen to people.
Obetie nkurɔfoɔ.
Number 6, a loyal relationship is kind and respectful to
Na nukuredie
others.
nyɔnkofa no ɔde obuo ne animtie ma nkurɔfoɔ.
A loyal relationship is respectful to people.
Na nukuredie nyɔnkofa no de ne die ne obuo ma nkurɔfoɔ.
A young student called Jane was in a university and they were writing a quiz.
Aberanteɛ bi a ɛfrɛ ne gye na ɔwɔ suapɔn ne mu a ɔretwerɛ quiz.
And so when she got the questions about 12 questions, she ran through and then she saw the last question said, "What is the name of the cleaner in your department?"
Ɛno nti ɔhwɛ nsɛmbisa no na ɔhwɛ deɛ atwa toɔ yɛatwerɛ sɛ nea ɔpepa people siesie wo department no yɛfrɛ ne sɛn.
And she said to herself, obviously, this professor is not serious. I don't think this question would gain any marks.
And also, Professor, where the asɛmbisa wɔ mi ngye di sɛ ɛbɛma mi.
Finally, when they wrote the exam, they finished with the quiz and presented. And then they went to the professor and said, "I'm sure this last question, the name of the cleaner in our department, definitely is not going to count." And the university professor said, "Yes, it's going to count. It's part of the exams."
ɛna ɔmo kɔ professor hɔ na ɔka sɛ professor deɛ atwa toɔ yɛ a wobisa sɛ cleaner wei yɛfrɛ de sɛ no mi ngye di sɛ ɛbɛba sɔhwɛ nim professor si ɛbɛba.
The professor taught them one lesson that, look, you have been in this university all this while. People clean your halls for you. You have no clue. You don't even know your cleaner's name. You take people for granted. Hear me carefully. There are a number of you at your workplace. You don't know the cleaners, the one who cleans your office. You don't know the name. You don't know whoever is the messenger in your office. You have no clue of the name. You don't know the people who makes things work for you. And yet you come to your office, it is well cleaned, it is tidy up. You have no clue who those people are. You probably even haven't asked them how they are doing, how they are faring, how is their family, what is going on. Hear me carefully. They were also conceived 9 months. All right? They were conceived 9 months. They are human beings. I have news for you. They are human beings like you. They breathe like you. They have all the features of a human being like you. The only difference is that mercy has located you where you find yourself. Treat people with some dignity. Treat people with some respect. Are you hearing me? We have people who are cleaning our church halls. They tidy up this place. How many of you know the cleaners and the workers here? How many of you workers, church members, you know their names? How many of you know who they are?
Yɛtimi ni die ama yɛn ho yɛn ho membu abumufia bia na wo de uti de ye na wo kɔ school kɔ enka na wo kɔ si bia ekron na nea opepa wo office nea osiesie wo office no aso wo nim ni din ana wo hu na bia na ahosiesie nti no wo bu wani gu ne so wo fa ne biara onua tie na tie ne yie bio sɛ nea wo ma me nyim wo boso me nkron na onum egro so no saranzo no no so ne ma menyem no bo so me nkro enu ti sua sɛnea yɛ ne obuo ne die ɛma nkrofo na ɔsɔfo bisa yɛn sɛ ɔmo a ɔbusiesie ha ma yɛn a yɛbɛtena se a yɛsa no aso yɛnim obi din ana
A loyal relationship is kind and respectful.
nukuredie nyɔnkofa no ɔte n'anim na ɔde obuo ma nipa.
I'm sure you may have read these stories, and I've heard that. I've read it several times. A guy who worked in a fishing, cold store, or probably a meat factory, one day when everybody had closed and had left, the security officer told the MD that Mr. Jameson hasn't passed, hasn't closed.
Na abrantie bi ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ bia a yɛtɔn ɛnam no dakro no MD ne ka kyerɛ security officer ne ka kyerɛ MD ne sɛ saa papa we on point.
And he said, well, everybody has closed, everybody has locked up from all their offices. He said, no, I don't think Mr. Jameson has left.
Ɔsi obi apɔn obi ato office ɔsi dɛbi o minji di sɛ Mr. James no wapɔn.
So the MD asked him, why are you insisting that? He said, no, we need to look for him. He hasn't closed. I haven't seen him. And they asked why. He said, look, listen, among all the 300 workers, Mr. Jameson is the only man who comes in the morning and greets him. And when he's passing through the entrance, he will say, how are you? How's your family? And when he closes also, he will also say goodbye to him, and then we'll see you the following day. So everybody has left. I haven't seen Mr. Jameson saying goodbye to me.
MDB say, I didn't Mr. Jameson, who he owns. I'll say debut and Crawford Baby, almost ye a Juma Hano, Mr. Jameson Penos, obey Juma, or Becca Samachi, your pons or qua, no one mammy bye bye, now Crawford in now Poababe Table, now so me won't say Mr. James and mammy bye bye.
So they went from one office to another looking for him, and finally they started going from one cold store to look. And only when they opened one of the cold store, Mr. Jameson was locked up in it. Unfortunately, the cold store door locked by accident, and nobody knew. And the man was almost freezing. And the timely intervention of this security officer caused them to open the door and save Mr. Jameson. Hear me carefully. It doesn't cost to be nice to people. It doesn't cost to be nice to people.
Office to office, no cold store, no Mr. Jameson, or cold store, and a pony to and no thing. I mean, no dinner.
And you know, cold store doors are heavy, so no matter how much it was banking and banking and banking, nobody could hear.
Costo apono emuodu eno te senya obo mo fanye nara obia ante.
Loyal relationship value people.
Enkitenwudie a eya no kredie enkitenwudie no edi ebo nkrofo som ne bo.
Somebody shout, I hear you. Number 7, a loyal relationship is trustworthy and will tell you the truth even if it is hard to hear.
No credit yonko fano, what's a medine ne pano, or becano cre achro, and found send a tibiarano, or beshe with him say a fita or say a fita.
Even when the truth hurts, he will tell you in love.
Nasa no crano ye yampoa, or becca ewo or domachro.
We have a culture in our Ghanaian culture here where we don't tell people, we are not truthful to one another.
Ya won a mamre bi ewo aha a yenka no kra enchre ye ho ye ho.
But let me move on. A loyal relationship, number 9. A loyal relationship gives even when it counts. A loyal relationship gives when it matters.
No credie nyonko fa no oma o se ehia nkwa de a oma.
A loyal relationship gives when it matters. A young boy, sister, the boy was about 6 years, and the sister was less than about 4 years. And apparently, the sister has developed a strange disease that she was literally going to die. But this boy at the age of 6 also developed that, but for a miraculous reason, he got healed and he developed antibodies to sustain him. So the doctors asked him if he would be willing to do a blood transfusion so that they could give it to the sister, because with the way he had developed antibodies, that could bring some healing to the sister. This boy at the age of 5 hesitated a little bit, wasn't too sure, but within less than 2 seconds said, okay, I agreed. They laid him on bed. He was seeing the sister too. And he was donating his blood. And he was smiling halfway, and everybody was smiling, including the doctors. Later on, he kept very quiet, and he was getting very sad. And then he asked the doctor, am I going to die soon after I give this blood, when this is over? Apparently, the boy misunderstood this whole thing. The boy thought that he was to give all his blood away to the sister for the sister to live so he could die. But the fact that he was willing and he even donated the blood, he still felt that he was giving his blood so that he would die for the sister to live. But he still did it.
Abofra no anti asio na eye ne se doctor say onyi ni moje nyinara mfa ma ni nua no wu enu nti amuro mo ye wie ye no na odwen ho.
And was looking at the sister when the sister was regaining health and smiling.
Enu nti na ohwe ne nua ba na emra onya yaresa a osre.
And he thought he was now going to die.
Nti na eye onu se onu ba be wu.
And for me, for that boy to even have that understanding and yet gave. He was a loyal person wanting to give when it counts most. How much do we want to give as a loyal people? How can we show that we are there for one another? Somebody sent me this post and I thought it was so interesting for this subject of loyal relationship. People matter, or people matter. People are important. Your birth came through others. You didn't give birth to yourself. Your birth came through others. Your name was given to you by others. You didn't give a name to yourself. You were educated by other people. You have your income through other people. People give you respect. You don't go about and say, I respect myself. People respect you. Your first bath was done by others. And your last bath will be done by others. So why this arrogance? Why this dread? Why this body? Somebody bathed you when you were born. Someone would bath you when you die. Why this arrogance? Why this pride? Why this attitude? As if you control the entire world. Hear me carefully. Others will carry you to the graveside. Others will bury you. Are you hearing me, somebody? So why this arrogance? Why don't you humble yourself a little bit? Somebody will take you to the graveside. Somebody is going to bury you. And everything you have owned in this life will be received and be enjoyed by others.
Amen.
You will not take them away. So everything is about others. Everything is about people. You didn't give birth to yourself. People gave you the name. You didn't. People bathed you in your first place. Your last bath will be done by people. People educated you. People are paying you. People are respecting you. People will carry you to the burial ground. People will bury you. And finally, the time you didn't have for people, all that you have inherited will be shared by people. So change your mind. Where are you taking this arrogance and attitude to? This disrespectful behavior of yours, where are you taking it to? Learn to humble yourself. Remind yourself you're a human being. Pinch yourself, you're an ordinary human being. When you are sick and you have an accident, people would drag you from that car. And all that you want to show off of who you are and what have you, it will be nothing. People are important. From this year, in this month, have a different attitude. You never gave a name to yourself. You never have your first bath. And your last bath will be done by others. Humble yourself. Rise on your feet. Rise on your feet. Rise on your feet. Rise on your feet.
Sorry.
It will affect your confidence level. Begin doing something that you love. You will find fulfillment in life.